tonight, from Brooklyn, New York, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Brooklyn Barons taking on the Columbus Caps.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with their opponents. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
On 1st and 10, Herbert eluding the pressure right. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
It was really sudden after the first play picked off. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 12 carries, 67 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Open space inside the 10. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say,
and he will take this one in for a touchdown. Josh Jacobs with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Barons have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
On second and very short, Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Herbert on first down now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morgan. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Herbert operating from the red zone. Dancing to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Caps are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Hernandez. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. These two teams all tied after one. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. Now on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. From just shy of midfield, Herbert.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Herbert throwing again. Flush to his right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move,
touchdown! A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Caps have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. That time, a 9-play drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hernandez. And his throw is going to be incomplete. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Looking to throw. Hernandez. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now their last two drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On second down, Swan. And he'll get this up only to about the 22. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, Swan. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
On first down, Swan. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll run on first down. Swan. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Here's Hernandez throwing on first down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 49 yards out. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 49 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Getting caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's stay in the Midwest and head down to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Denver Broncos. Mac Jones leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. So a 4-point game here as we get set to resume action in this third quarter of play. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 3 yards remain for second down. Off play action. Hernandez. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. To throw is Hernandez. On first down. They find some open field here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play there on the catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Back to throw. Hernandez. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Forced out to his left, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down now. Swan. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 66 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. On second down, Swan. Oh, he bowls over him. And they'll get this down to the 10. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Flushed out right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Caps are able to extend their lead. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. That catch good for only a couple. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, Hernandez. Throw right side, caught by Davis. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the traders take a look, we'll step aside. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hernandez. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Now, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Back to throw. Hernandez. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8, so logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Again, he'll drop to throw. And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees, because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Justin Herbert looking to pass, being chased out left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Room to run past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Right back to him on first down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. And to give this time to the tailback. Finding room to the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. 129 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Game offense.
This is unbelievable.
And that'll set him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. First and 15 following the delay of game. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. On second down now, Swan. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage. And time is going to expire in this football game. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for our visitors, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1.
And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.